right, we are so excited and have been very entertained by our current guest, Paul Samuel Dolman, who is an author of what's one of the most lighthearted and humorous books I think that I've looked in to date. Talk about a fun beach read.
The perfect beach read.
Well, Paul, thank you so much for joining us. And he's not only a great writer, but he's very entertaining in person.
I've heard that.
Have you heard that?
I have.
So,
I love the vineyard because you can actually go barefoot and wear sunglasses
play
out here.
footsies.
That's right, you can play footsies. I want to thank your hair and makeup people for taking care of me today. That was really...
They did a great job.
I love the new
wonders.
haircut, too.
Wonders.
Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah, I had that sort of the long mane when I came in, and then...
We had to get you more Edgartown.
I like this.
Yes.
I think there's a tie-in.
But you know what? Let's talk about your book, Hitchhiking with Larry David. I mean, how random for you to be on the vineyard, getting away from, something less than pleasant, and to have something like this happen.
Incredible. And where is Larry, by the way? Because I thought
you were going to bring him.
He was supposed to be here. We got to talk to our production crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, he texted earlier, and he said he was running a little late.
Oh,
so sorry
darn.
about that.
That's right. So if you need to text in the middle
He
of the
golfs on
interview, go
Sundays.
right ahead.
So,
Does he?
yeah,
Oh,
so
that's what it is.
That's right.
But,
One of the only places in the world you could hitchhike with Larry David, probably.
I stuck out my thumb. I felt safe. I always feel safe here. And
Martha's
it's
Vineyard's
home.
a
It's a
safe
magical place. And I got in the car, and Larry was leaning back, and I said, "What? What?" And he said, "You're not a serial killer or something, are you?"
I love that.
Which I always wonder, shouldn't have that question been asked when I was outside the car?
Perhaps.
Yeah.
So I got in the car, and I thought it was an honest query, and so I thought about it, and I said, "Larry, it's the summer, it's Martha's Vineyard, so even if I'm on vacation, I'm not working."
And he felt safe.
He felt safe. Then he laughed, and then he said, "Where do you want to go?" And I said, "Aquina." And then we started this magical ride, both metaphorically and literally, and we had this long conversation in the car about things funny, and what was interesting is about five minutes into the ride, he just out of the blue was thinking, he said, I never pick up hitchhikers.
I was going to ask you that.
Ever.
So I think of a place where he would feel safe enough to pick up a hitchhiker.
Never, though, even here.
Right.
I asked him, I said, not on the vineyard? He said, nope. So I said, well, the obvious question is, why did you pick me up? And he thought for a second, and then he said, I just felt like I was supposed to.
That's it.
That's crazy.
Major theme of the book, listen to your
right.
heart. And after that, we just had all these magical experiences beyond the ride. And he's been very gracious, actually, in all honesty. He's a wonderful person.
So you've become friends through this?
I wouldn't say that.
Somewhere between friend and spiritual guide?
Yeah.
Yes, sort
I
of
like
like,
that.
I like the mythological images. We just had we have this connection. It's hard to explain, but I can't explain any of this. So we kept having these magical experiences and going, what's going on? Why is this happening? What's it all about? And then all of a sudden, the last night of the summer, I have a dream, and I get in the dream, write a book called Hitchhiking with Larry David.
That's
Honest
crazy.
to God, it was like in lights. And in the dream, I thought, I hope I remember that. And I did.
Luckily.
Luckily for me, because I don't have any other skills. So
Well, I don't think that's true, but this is a really fun
You
book.
can fall
It's-
back on this whole writing thing.
I could
Yes.
fall back on this writing thing, because the hitchhiking doesn't pay like the old days, because
No.
they broke up the hitchhiking unions.
Oh.
That's right.
There was these hitchhiking unions used to get a livable wage.
Look it up,
then,
people.
And then back at the turn of the century, the hitchhiking unions helped found this country. Not many people know that. It's very underrated.
You're so
And
Paul.
so I had the dream, I wrote it down, and I went into a room and I created this thing. I call it the Magic Little Book. It's almost like a surreal experience. I get these notes every day from all over the country. By the way, a moment of shameless self-promotion and shilling. You can get the book anywhere on the island. I've seen people selling it on the black market out of the back of vans, but all the bookstores.
With the bottled
stores,
water and the oranges.
Right.
there you go, and you can get it on
Absolutely.
Amazon. And go to the website, hitchhikingwithlarrydavid.com. Write me notes. I get,
Love notes.
yes, please.
So wait, you consider this sort of
I could use a few love notes.
you
Thank
consider
you for
this
that.
a love story,
It is definitely a love story.
not just like with women or what have you,
Se-
but with
Send
other
Paul
things.
sweet nothings and love
Thank
notes.
you. Thank you. Thank you. That is, yes. And tax-deductible donations. We're working on our nonprofit status for this, by the way. It's a three-level love story. One, there was a romantic love story. There was a love story with my parents because, just as a warning, as you get past the age of 18 or 19, you probably don't want to move home. Not a smart idea. Learn from my mistakes, children. Don't go back.
You can never go back.
I went back, and we don't want to go there. That's the ugly side of the book. in serious litigation with my parents right now over the book. We'll work that out. Anyway, it's a love story with them coming to grips with aging parents who are quirky and neurotic but still beautiful. And
but hopefully still have time to take you to soccer practice.
Absolutely, yes.
You know,
actually, my dad picks me up hitchhiking in the book, go figure. Who writes the book, I think, wrote itself. And the third level of love is the love of life and the mystery in the vineyard. It's really a love story in the vineyard. And the Chamber of Commerce has put the book on the website because people are reading this book and saying, I want to come to the island and eat pizza and donuts and hitchhike, hopefully.
Paul, thank you so much for staying.
You guys are wonderful.
Not enough time to talk to people we have on the show.